Hey, how's it going? It's Keith Townsend from the CTO Advisor. COVID-19 is not just wreaking havoc on IT conferences. Companies are making decisions to allow their employees to work from home 100% of the time. What would you do if your CEO came to you and said, hey, you know what? We're going to let all 10,000 of our employees work from home beginning tomorrow. If you're like typical organizations, you probably only have capacity for 500, 1,000, maybe 1,500 employees to work remotely via your VDI, virtual desktop infrastructure, whether it's Citrix or VMware. Capacity is pretty average, I think, around 1,500 end users or concurrent users at one time. So what would you do? I can tell you what I would do. I wouldn't look towards a solution like AWS's desktop as a service. Pretty nice solution, but operationally, it's very different than what I do today. When I need to provision additional Citrix or VMware users, I simply go out and buy another server, deploy the desktop the desktop solution on that server, and expand capacity. Well, we need to find a way to do that extremely fast as the business landscape continues to change. This is where the VMware Cloud on AWS solution actually makes sense. Whether it's VMware Cloud on AWS or CloudSimple on Azure, I just rent spare capacity from AWS or Azure for vSphere nodes, deploy my desktop solution upon that platform, just as I would do today, extend my network connectivity out to the public cloud, and put these additional 8,500 users on those platforms. Now, there's some practical challenges with this. One is bandwidth and connectivity. This is again where VMware has a pretty strong story with NSX and HCX, where I can extend my data center virtually out to the public cloud without changing IP addressing. Again, getting done and getting provisioned extremely fast. There's still the challenge of bandwidth. So hopefully you have a 1 gig or 10 gig direct connect to AWS. Things will be a little tight as these VDI sessions reach out to applications, FET client applications. You may need to play around with regions and load balancers and etc. But if I were challenged with how do I get thousands of employees onto VDI beginning tomorrow, I'd start with vSphere. Got any questions, practical questions about bandwidth, about software-defined WAN, etc., reach out to me personally. Keith at the CTO Advisor is the email address. You have any general questions or you want to just learn more about the CTO Advisor, you can visit us on the web, thectoadvisor.com. Talk to you next, CTO Dose.